Today we're going to talk about an exercise that I named the baby. So most of my students know that the first lesson basically is all about the baby. So what is the baby? Basically, we're going to breathe by the diaphragm, while coastal, because we're going to use our ribs and they're going to exchange like a rib cage for us to sing with the action of the diaphragm and the lungs. Okay? Perfect. So it's simple. We're going to start by the basics, because if you're not breathing right, you're not singing right. We are for the most part breathing the wrong way with the upper lungs. So you have like this movement of the chest. I'm going to exaggerate the movement a little bit, but we go this way. And having like all this part tucked in. Everybody don't want to have like the belly hanging out, and you want to tuck it in as much as you can. Okay? Men, you want to be this way. Girls want to have the flat stomach. It's normal. But we're going to unlearn and learn the proper way again to breathe, because every kid breathes the right way. This is the natural way of breathing. The diaphragm is going to help us breathing the right way. So we're going to concentrate in this zone right here. So you got like the rib cage here, okay? The rib cage, in the middle of the rib cage, the upper part here, and as I'm pushing here, I'm going through the diaphragm again. So this is the action of the diaphragm, just right here, okay? So what's happening? The lungs are simply expanding. So instead of us getting here on the upper part of the lungs and getting the lower part like almost totally empty, this way, what we're going to do is just like go and reach down, okay? As much as we can, we're going to reach down, okay? We're going to do it in a minute laying down, and it's going to be like way more easier, and I'm going to explain why it's easier when we'll be laying down there, okay? You'll find out also that animals breathe the right way, the fundamental way of breathing, as I was telling you before. Like kids, if you observe like a dog or a cat, you'll see that their belly never stop moving because they're breathing the right way, and we're going to go back to that. So we are finally laying down. Okay, so just observe. Just try to relax at this moment. Don't think of nothing, and you'll find out that naturally you'll be breathing by the belly. So what I want you to do is just like put one hand on your belly in. Just see it going up and down. Okay, why are we not breathing by the upper lungs? Why? Simple. Because like, for example, like for women, they're going to have the breast, and you're going to have all those fats, and us men the same way with the pectoral muscles and the fat, like putting a pressure on the upper lungs. So it's way more difficult for us to breathe this way and to go in. If we had to breathe this way throughout the night, we wouldn't be able to sleep, okay? So the brain give out information and just like, okay, let's go back to the basics, because now he doesn't need, or she doesn't need to have the belly tucked in no more, so we can breathe with the entire lungs. Once again, as we watch out, okay? So we do that naturally. So what we're going to do is just take a deep breath. So what I want you to do is just like to come, you remember the diaphragm I showed you earlier. So the rib cage is here, the diaphragm is just in the middle, okay? Against the rib cage, we're in the middle here, okay? And we're going to go. Push the fingers that are poking us here, okay? So. We get a sound. We're going to transform this sound to a la, okay? So this la is going to be in a middle range. Explain. If your range, your lowest note is here and your highest note is here, what I want is just like a note that's going to be somewhere in the middle. Not too high, not too low. So we got as many notes to go up as to go down, okay? So simple. So what I'm going to do, take a deep breath again. I poke myself. La. And you're going to hold the note until you can't no more, okay? Okay, we're gonna change that a little bit. Instead of doing it any kind of way, we're gonna go crescendo. Okay, so we're gonna start soft and get loud. Okay, so it's gonna go. Okay, and after that, like we're gonna go the note above, like a little higher. So la, and then la, and then la, until I can no more, etc., etc., until we reach our highest note. Once we reach that highest note, we're going to go back from that highest note to our lowest note. Okay, so it's going to be etc., etc., etc. Okay, perfect. So while we are doing like this diaphragmatic coastal breathing, I don't want you to have any action with your abs. They are working naturally by themselves. It's going to be the opposite. Like for the air to go out, what I want you to imagine is like the air is actually going in, even though it's coming out. So it's going to be this way. We're going to take a deep breath. So we take a deep breath. I'm going to be la. So it's going out, but like it's as if like the air were coming and going up. So instead of the air going this way out, basically the air is doing this and going out. Okay, so imagine that the air is going down to go out. Okay, so I don't want this action. I don't want no contraction. What I want is the opposite. So basically, like we are pushing down and the air is coming back up. Okay, so this is the baby.